Know how to find the area of the two-dimensional circle. Let's go on and talk about volume. So let's go ahead and start with the cylinder, I think. So we should all be familiar with some cylinders in our life. I mean, this is if you drink a can of soda, open a can of soup, really anything in a can or a container, especially when you think about volume, typically is in a cylinder type shape. So to find the volume of the cylinder shown, we need to know a couple things. Of course, they want us to continue to use pi because we see that circle. Pi is always associated with the circle. Round to the nearest tenth if necessary. But then other things we need to know when finding the area of a cylinder is that this here would be considered the height, or h. Again, when you see an r, that's a radius. And the radius is the distance from the outside of the circle to the center of the circle. Two radiuses together, so that's through the center of the circle touching each side, would be a diameter. So for volume of a cylinder, its formula is V equals pi r squared h. So that's pi times radius to the second power times the height. So in this case, we're just going to fill in that information, considering they have told us that we're looking for the volume, and we know 3.14 is pi. We know the radius is 5 in this case, and we need to square it, and the height is 12. So things we know right away, not even using a calculator, 3.14 times 25 times 12. We should be able to do this in our head. 25 times 10 would be 250, and 25 times 2 would be 50, so that would be 300. And then when we go ahead and multiply those things together, we can already see 3 times 3 is going to be 9, so it should be in the 900 range. So 3.14 times 300 is going to give us 942 inches. And because this is a three-dimensional figure, it is cubed. I'll write that a little better down here. 942 inches cubed. That would be our final answer. And then I'm going to try to do cone and sphere in the last video. And we're going to talk a little bit about what is the relationship from a cone to a sphere, because obviously this is bigger than a cone. And typically a sphere with the same diameter is smaller than a cylinder. So the cylinder is bigger when all three are compared. So let's move on to the third video in this series.